Because it's a really about respect, and it's about because man tends to have in terms of ego, also a man value respect. For example, if a woman have a lot of dudes who smash her, especially in the same community, and you take her up and saying that you want to wife her, and that those dudes constantly passing laughing at you, how do you look? How that makes you look at the end of the day? So yes, I think it does matter. It's really about respect at the end of the day.
Yeah, so why isn't it about respect when it relates to a man's body count?
Because as I said before, a man is really led by his ego, and he value respect. So in terms of if a man have a lot of high body count, or have a high body count, for example, he's seen as you say no, a gallus, or some person that say, yeah, hey, he's a top man because he was able to get that girl, smash that girl, and move on. And that is how society has actually culture.
So why do you think that people should look at it in a positive light? And do you think that women like are specifically seeking out people that have higher body counts or men? Because that's not backed by anything in the data.
Well, when in terms of woman, but you always find women say that they like the bad guys.
Yeah, so I think you're just relating to a specific subset of women. You're not relating to the majority of women.
No,
give me any evidence that relates to the majority of women.
No, I don't have any evidence.
No.
But if you speak to, based on my experience, a lot of women that say, "Oh, I like the bad guys," and tend to, in terms of bad guys, meaning that they have gone through, they have a high body count, they are more experienced, things like that.
Yeah, so like you understand that you can get any experience without necessarily having like a higher body count, right? That's not specific to that one. Right. Two, also, like I don't see as a reason as to why that this would be backed by any type of reason. Right. I think this is just going to be like a personal claim of what you just decide to feel about like what women would want. And instead, I'm going to look at the data about like what women actually want.
It's not a personal claim. When you listen podcasts and you actually speak to a lot of women, they will tell you. As I said before, I don't have the statistics.
What podcast? What podcast?
Yeah, but podcast that comes on YouTube, things, for example.
Fresh and Fit?
I don't know that one, but I know like 8 at the Table. I'm not sure if I remember if that's the name. But I know one that normally comes on. I think it's the name 8 at the Table, and a lot of female comes on and they say they like the bad guys, things like that.
Yeah, so I don't think you can generalize all of women on the. Okay, are you driving?
No. It's so funny in the background.
Chat, why are y'all spamming he's driving? It doesn't even sound like he's driving.
That's the fun in the background if you're hearing the noise.
Yeah, that sounds like a fan. Okay. Yeah, so can you say what you just said?
No, repeat. You were saying something.
I forgot what I was saying because of the chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I said, as I mentioned earlier, I believe that, and I'm not really saying in terms of, all right, because I don't want to say,
subscription. Thank you so much.
I don't want to say, it is right for a man to have a high body count, but I would say that it doesn't matter if a man has a high body count. I'm not sure if I'm making sense right there. So
yeah. So why does it not matter? Why should it not matter for men, but it should matter for women? You give me the reason.
As I said, respect and ego.
And you understand that respect can also apply both ways.
Yes.
Okay, so then why is it specific to women?
Because, as I said before, the ego that the man has or the ego that the man carries.
And can't women also have the same ego if they want to?
But they don't look at it that way.
Why not?
Because how many women have that ego to say, "Oh, I don't want a man with a high body count"?
Well, it seems like by the data, there are lots of women.
Well,
there are women that that don't want to be with people who are players, right? right? Men who are players. I think that's pretty widespread. If you look at the data, though, it is the case that there is a body count in which is considered too much for a man for women, right? But it is a bit later than what men would consider. So it is backed by the data that women do care at a particular count.
So why? I'm not saying that man should not take accountability in having sex, because I mean you understand. Yeah, you can use protection, all of that. But it's in terms of for woman, especially if it is that, well, then I wouldn't want to go that route in terms of being used. No, I'll leave that part. I don't want to go down that road. So yeah, but I mean, as I said before, I still hold a view in terms of the body counts do matter in a woman part versus a man, even though based on what you said, the statistics is different. But and if you look at it from a in terms of a societal point of view, yeah, a lot of men will definitely matter if a woman has a higher body count than in terms of before.
I'm asking, can you make an argument about what should matter? I'm not asking you in society does it matter this way. I'm asking, can you give me an argument that indicates that women ought to take accountability and men not?
Okay. All right. Well, that's my piece on it, though.
No argument.
No, that's it.
Okay. All right. We're into the next person. Everyone, only send a guest request if you disagree. If please only come up if you have an argument. Everyone, we are just looking for some debates, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 21.
For sure. Do you think that high body count should matter for women but not for men?
I just have to apologize because I'm not from US or England, so my English won't be that good. I want to say, yeah, I think it's relevant because the body count of a woman is much more significant than of a man, because a woman is born with a high value. A man isn't. A woman can only diminish it, since it's easier for a woman to get sex compared to a man. A man have to to fight to become sex. I don't know how to say it. He has to invest in the woman. A woman, when she wants sex, I mean, it's not every time like this, but a woman only needs to go to a man, and she can only open her legs, and the man won't say no. You understand what I mean?
So men say no all the time. I don't know what you're trying to relate to.
A man won't say
hey,
no.
Can you let me please talk? Okay. Also, you're trying to make a claim that because women don't have to try as hard to engage in intercourse with people, that somehow means that they should be looked at in a more negative connotation. So is it the case that like men who are more attractive than other men, because it's easier for them to engage in intercourse with people, do you think that they should be looked at in a more negative connotation for the same body count?
No, I think the opinion I have on the body count is even if a man has a high body count, or a woman, it's not. I think a man is not entitled to demand a woman with a body count of 0 if he already has a body count.
What?
I think a man is not don't have the right to demand on a woman with a body count of 0 if he already has a body count. If he gets into a relationship,
so you're saying that body count should matter the same for men and women.
I think it should. I think it should, but I think it's.
Do you think it should matter equally?
Yeah and no. I don't know.
Contradiction.
No, that's not a contradiction.
Yes and no to the same fucking proposition is a contradiction.
No, the only thing I said, I think it's a bigger problem if a woman has a higher body count.
No, do you think it should matter more for women comparative to men?
Yes.
Why?
As I said, a woman is born with a high value.
Why are women born with value and men aren't? Like, I'll just ask you this question. At birth, right? At birth, right? It is either the case that you have one biological female or you have 100 biological males, right? Which one would you rather save if it was a burning building? The 100 biological males right? Or the one
the
biological female.
The one biological female.
Okay, a million biological males or one biological female.
One biological female. You need to understand
A billion biological males or one
Look.
biological female.
the female, because you have to.
Dude, you're just
you have
brain
to.
dead. I'm sorry, right?
Nah.
Dude,
Just-
a billion men. A billion men.
You can have 5 billion men. If you don't have a female, you are fucked.
If you don't have a male, you are too. If you can't reproduce, if you're saying that's
Yeah,
what
for
you
sure.
mean by fucked, what are you talking about, bro? I'm not talking about whether or not you can reproduce. I'm talking about the moral value of the individual. Would you rather save 100 billion biological males from burning
moral?
alive, or save one biological female?
No, okay. If we're talking from moral, then logically, I would save the man.
Okay. So, okay, you do place some value on biological males, so they are born with value. Okay,
Yeah,
so
but,
try again.
But a woman is born with a higher value.
Why? You don't. That's
I
another
don't know.
claim you have to justify. Why are women born with more value than men?
That's just. Wait, I forgot. That's just from the. Oh my God! Sorry. Wait. That's just socially. I don't know. That's a socially thing, that the people give the woman more value than the
I'm
man.
asking you why you think it should be that way. And if you just say it's because of society, well, there are lots of things throughout society that have been looked at in a very negative connotation, right? For example, slavery has been acceptable. Children marrying adults has been acceptable. Right? We could relate to all these concepts. Do you think these are legitimate? Right? Do you think at these time period, this was the right thing under your worldview? You should do these things?
No, not for everything.
No. But like that was the norm, right? So just because something's the norm doesn't mean that you should do that.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so like, what's your point then?
I need to think a little bit.
All right,
because
for
I
sure.
don't know
Well,
how
I
to
do
say.
appreciate you coming on, man. Thank you so much.
I don't know. No problem. I don't know how to explain it.
Oh, you're still trying to respond? Okay.
Sorry, I just I'm lost in my mind. You can kick me out. It's not a problem because I don't know how to explain it.
All right, man. Well, I do appreciate you coming on. Have a fantastic day.
Yeah, you too.
All right, let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you disagree. Everyone, tap that screen. Let's try to get 200,000 likes. If you want to support me, Venmo, Cash App in the bio, everyone. Venmo, Cash App in the bio, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you? What the fuck, chat? What? They're on like Jupiter. Bro's in a tornado. Yeah, seriously, bro's in World War One. No, for real. That was the Mars rover. Yo. Gosh. That was the Mars rover. Oh my gosh. We just got connected to the Mars rover, Chad. Oh my gosh, that's fucked. Parker, need to look at Discord. I heard Discord went crazy today. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello?
Hello, I'm 18.
And you're driving.
Yes.
Imagine debating the Mars rover. So real, chat. So real. We're going crazy tonight. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Over 18, how are you?
Yeah, do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
I used to not think that, but then I heard some convincing arguments, and so I'd like to hear your response, because Pearl says, Pearl, right? She says that after 5, that it's hard for women to have a successful marriage after 5 people. A successful marriage drops down to like 20% versus 80%. And it's only because they had multiple bonds with other men. So I think that's one.
That's not true, by the way. All right, well, the down to 20%. Give me any source that says that.
Well, already the divorce rate is like 50%, right? Like regularly.
Harrison, I appreciate the Venmo. Thank you so much. That's the average. That's the average, and that counts multiple divorces. So not for like people just in the first divorce. I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. If you're talking first marriages, they have.
Right now. That was a full child. Elf fetus in the chat. What's up, Terrence? How old are you?
18.
You think I'm gonna believe you? You're ridiculous. Get out of here. Get out of here, buddy. Get out of here, buddy. All right, y'all. We're just still looking for a debate here, y'all. Let me that I was gonna believe him, guys. For everyone coming in, I don't know what's going on with the stream. We're starting off a bit slow today, but that's probably because we haven't got a debate yet. What's up, Ben? What's your age?
19.
What year were you born in?
2004.
Sweet man. Are you pro-life? Do you think abortion's wrong?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, why?
What'd you say? Sorry.
I asked you why abortion's wrong.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I think that a living being shouldn't be killed before it doesn't get to like pursue life.
Okay, so what do you mean by pursue life? So is it all right for me to unalive you since you've already pursued life?
No.
Okay, so you're basically asserting that it's wrong because it hasn't had the potential to live yet?
Yeah, in a way. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I don't really get your argument, man. At the end of the day, dude, I think that abortion's gonna be morally permissible out of respect for like a couple principles here. Sleep, thank you so much for the galaxy. I really appreciate it. W Sleep,
What are
thank
the
you so much for the
principles?
galaxy. Yeah, like so. First of all, the fetus doesn't have the ability to deploy consciousness. And I think it's the ability to deploy consciousness in which I would like grant moral relevance to. Apart from that, we'd also like uphold some respect for the mother's bodily autonomy. And when you say it's wrong because it hasn't had the ability to pursue life, I don't really know what you mean. Can you expand on that a little bit?
That's kind of just like what you're saying. Like it hasn't even had like a conscience yet. So like you have no idea like what's gonna happen with it. Like you don't even give it a chance to even live a life. So.
Right, but how does that make it morally wrong? I guess I'm not really getting what you mean. I mean, would you say it's
Well, it's kind of like if your parents aborted you, like you never know like what would happen with you. Like
Sleep, thank you for the galaxy. Well, I mean, listen, I mean, if I how would I feel if my parents were to have aborted me? Well, I wouldn't feel anything, right?
Yeah,
So, and like, but I don't think that's gonna necessarily make it wrong. I mean, like, what if my parents were infertile? Would I be around?
no, you're not.
Right. So is it wrong to be infertile?
Nope.
Right. So in the same instance, if my parents aborted me, would I be here?
You would not. No.
So is it wrong?
That's the whole point, though. Like,
is abortion wrong?
If your parents aborted you, you wouldn't be here. That's the whole point.
Right, but like what we're getting at is this wouldn't necessarily like induce a conclusion that it's immoral or anything, because I mean we just agreed upon the principle. If my mother was infertile, I wouldn't be here. But would that make infertility wrong? No. But you're saying because of my mother got an abortion, I wouldn't be here, and that's what makes it wrong. So that's gonna be a logical contradiction.
It comes down to religion for me also. I mean, I'm not even going to go that route.
Religion.
There's no point.
Okay, so no, that's exactly you just went that route, right? Because you gave me some
I'm
really
just
weak
saying,
principle
like,
to justify the notion.
I look at it, I have to look at it.
You gave me a really weak principle to attempt to justify the notion that abortion's morally wrong, right?
Just the Lord saying that he put us here for a reason, and that's to speak his word. I'm a Christian.
Yeah, could you please prove or justify the existence of the Christian God in order to necessitate the truth factors?
I mean, the
associated
Bible.
with the claim?
The
One moment.
Bible's
I just think that it's a life. I mean,
It is a life.
The basis of my, I think it's a life, and
It is. No, don't
that-
say you think it's a life. It is a life. A fetus is alive, an embryo is alive, a human's alive from the moment of conception.
Right. I'm not a Christian, so I'm not going to say, oh, the Bible says this, this, that. But yeah, I think it's wrong. I think everyone has their own
Yeah,
opinion.
why do you think
or-
it's wrong?
I think it can be murder.
Okay, yeah, so justified as being murder? Narian, I appreciate
Well-
that, boo.
It's a life being taken.
Oh, yeah, so you'd classify a life being taken as murder?
Yeah.
Okay, are you vegan?
No.
Oh, wait, so you're okay with the murdering of, like, animals? So is that murder? Like, if, like, you know, like the beef, like the patty, on the hamburger that you ate yesterday for lunch? Was that murder?
Yeah. It was.
Oh wow! Wait, so you're saying that you're okay? You're like completely complicit with the murder of, like, I don't know, like a cow or a chicken or something. But as soon as we talk about the quote unquote murder of a fetus, you just think it's absolutely dreadful and it's wrong and it should be outlawed in all 50 states. This seems a bit.
I think it's humans versus
contradictory.
animals.
But yeah, so what's the relevant distinction between unalive a human under typical circumstances and unalive an animal under typical circumstances?
Well, humans are way smarter than animals.
Oh, way smarter, so it has to do with level of intelligence, like cognitive ability, like ability to rationalize the world around them. Consciousness?
Yeah, just brain capability, you know.
Brain capabilities and consciousness, right? So sweet.
Yeah.
So yeah, a fetus has a lower level of consciousness than a cow. Well, actually, it has a 0 level of consciousness or sentience until about 20 to 24 weeks. And like prior to that point, you know, they don't even have the ability to deploy it. So if you're basing like moral relevance granted to entities based upon their level of consciousness, and prior to 20 weeks, a fetus has no consciousness, you should deem them as having no moral value. Therefore, deeming abortion is permissible.
I did have a question about something you said earlier, since I've been on the live. You said to someone,
Can you address that point, please? I mean, like, come on. I just gave you the defeater argument against your position, and you're just not even going to respond to it?
well, what I'm saying connects to it.
Okay, just respond to it, please. Through
Okay.
whatever means you need to.
Yeah, so the whole consciousness argument about, you know, if they're conscious to feel the pain or anything like that, I was connecting that back to something you said about, oh, well, what if the fetus wanted to be aborted? So they wouldn't be able to be wanting to abort it or not want it to be aborted. They just wouldn't
Oh,
feel
that was
like
just that was a non-falsifiable claim that I was giving to him, because under his worldview, apparently non-falsifiable claims are necessarily true. But that was in the context of a different argument. But anyways, Belle. So more so, what I'm saying is you grant moral relevance to different animals based upon their level of consciousness, and I know this to be the case because you told me consciousness was the relevant distinction between a cow and a human, and the relevance or the moral relevance in which you grant to them. Therefore, we could conclude from this that because a fetus has a 0 level of consciousness until about 20 to 24 weeks, that it's going to have a 0 level of moral relevance. Therefore, abortion is going to be morally permissible under your worldview and mine.
well, it would just be like eating an egg. Like
I
eating
don't
it.
understand. I don't understand what you're saying. So, are you conceding? Are you pro-choice now?
In the comment section right now before people join in. Plus, tap that screen, everyone, if you do want to help get it out to more people. What's up, everyone? What's up, Scoopy? We did get banana, but we got it back, everyone. Hopefully we're fine. Pete, there's a lot of background noise. You mean the fan? Are you just talking about the fan? I'm hearing rumors, Parker. What rumors? Late? Yeah, no. TikTok took me off, and I just got the account back, everyone. We just got the account back. So if you want to help get out to more people, everyone, share the live, copy a link, send it to a few friends. Tap that screen as well. About you and Dean, I don't know what you're talking about with that. Only send a guest request right now if you disagree, everyone. We are just looking for some debates, everyone. Tap that screen. Let's try to get to 100,000 likes, everyone. You already know the deal, everyone. What's up, Gemini? What's up, Emma? What's up, Vanessa? We are back, everyone. We're back. I'm glad to be back, everyone. Tap that screen. Share the live. What's up, Josh? How you doing today, bro? We're going to start getting people up here pretty soon once people start joining in for the debates, everyone. So please only do send a guest request if you disagree. If you want to debate yourself, make sure to send a guest request right now. You good? Yes, I am good. I am good. It is 6 o'clock, everyone. I feel like it's so weird, like starting live now. Like this is like such a weird thing. I don't know. I need to get used to it. Yo, what's up, Tommy? How you doing? What's up, Jinxie? What's up, Floyd? Guest with the win. What are you talking about? What did you eat? I didn't even end up getting food because I got my account back and I just decided to come back before I ate. So I'll eat later. That's pretty much what we're doing. We're going to start getting people up here once we get some debates. Everyone tap that screen. Let's try to get to 100,000 likes. If you want to help get out to more people, everyone share the live, copy link, send it to a few friends, everyone. You already know the deal, y'all. Parker is alive. I promise you I'm alive, everyone. Can we gift you? Yeah, it doesn't allow. TikTok's still not giving that one back. But yeah, we're going to get this first person up. Only send a guest request. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, I'm 27.
For sure. Do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
So I have two ways that, and I promise I'm not doing the thing where like I agree with the prompt or I'm just trying to like stop. But I kind of have a way of looking at this. So first, sorry, I didn't know I'd be on this quick. So I have 2 points. The second one is directly related to it. The first one is tangential. So point number one is what we're discussing is this thing called the sexual double standard, which is the notion that like, oh, men are great for having a bunch of a high body count and women are bad for having a high body count. I don't think that's a double standard. I think that's a different standard. I think it would be a double standard if the standard was, oh, women who have a high body count are trash and women who have a low body count are prudes. Because the inverse of it is true. Because men who have a low body count are generally seen less than men who have a high body count. I'm aware that you can like disagree with this, but I think saying women like tall men and men like short women isn't a double standard.
Because it doesn't relate to responsibility.
I'm sorry?
Because it doesn't relate to responsibility, right?
Sure,
we're talking the exact same actions. These are traits that are intrinsic to individuals, things in which are not chosen.
Sure. Because
we're talking about accountability and responsibility. Why are we applying accountability and responsibility differently when it relates to women comparative to men?
So here's the second point that that's a little more directly related to the premise. Generally speaking, women prefer men with a slightly higher body count, and men prefer women with a slightly lower body count. I want to be clear that when I'm
talking about relative to them.
Technically, no. Actually, I was trying to.
So you're just saying the amount in which women would allow for in terms of the amount of bodies, like the threshold that they have is higher than that of their male counterparts.
There was the last time you were on, I had this study up that basically said, I'll try and find it while I'm talking, but the study basically said that the ideal number of the ideal body count for men when women were asked was about like 3 to 5, and the ideal body count for women when men were asked was about 2 to 3. The number for both parties did drop off around like 7. It's a bell curve, so it did drop off completely around 7. So I don't believe it's just indefinite. I don't think like a guy that has like a body count of 50 is just going to be that much more. Like there is a bit of a bell curve. But to answer the question, what I was getting at is, I think in a ideal society, I don't think we should be treating anyone bad. Period. So if that's kind of the prompt, then I do agree. I don't think anyone should be treated bad. I think in an ideal society. So when I want you to send me
the source too, the yes. Prompt is about this, right? Do you think that women should be looked at in a more negative connotation, right, for the same body count that a man would have?
Okay, if that's the prompt, then I don't think people should be looked down upon. But I think in a perfect society, people should be allowed to pursue partners that they not counting like things like age or consent or anything that were like.
How about this? Do you think it is completely justified, or do you think that there's an issue with a man who has a high body count saying that he will not date someone who has the same body count as himself, only that in which is significantly lower?
Okay. Yes. So here's the situation. I think. Sorry, I'm trying to type and like find the study I was talking about. Body count for men and women. I could have swore I bookmarked it. So I think in an ideal society, people are. Okay, I found it. It is Date Psychology, which is the website, and then Body Count and Sexual Double Standards. This study is just proving that men enjoy women prefer a woman with a slightly lower body count, and women prefer men with a slightly higher body count. That's just what this study is.
Datepsychology.com.
Yes, and then body count in scare quotes and sexual double standards.
They have. The age, what's the sample size? The data consists of 660 participants, 148 women, the mean age. Okay, fairly close percentage of men and women reported in a committed relationship. Okay. The average number of sexual partners for men and women was 20 and 19 respectively. The median number of partners for men and women was 7. That's different than what we see in other studies for the median. The median we see in other studies is 4.3 for women, 6.3 for men. That's what the CDC indicates to be true.
That's fine.
It could be the case that this is just not representative of the population.
Sure. But generally operating under the premise that women enjoy men with a mildly higher body count, men enjoy women with a mildly lower body count. I think.
Where does it say that?
Hold on. If you control F the phrase below our charts for men and women, that'll probably scoot you right down to below our charts for men and women showing ideal body counts in a romantic partner.
Okay, showing ideal. Okay, here we are.
And if you go to the paragraph right below that chart, it says, well, in stated preferences, men want a partner with a lower body count than women do.
Wait, how does this... look at the data. The data looks similar.
Yeah. Oh, they're very similar because once again...
They're like essentially the same.
No, I'm aware. But the reason is because the table is dragged out to 25. But the vast majority of people put their ideal partners of both men and women between like 2 and 5. You know what I mean?
0 to 10. 0 to 10.
Yeah.
That's where like a majority, and then there's another thing that spots up around like 20.
Yeah, but I think those are just like.
Yeah, but so
you know?
Men and women have similar ideal preferences.
Yeah, to the range of 30. I do think they are roughly similar, but I do think women do enjoy.
They gave the same range for both men and women here.
No, I'm aware of that.
The data looks the exact same. I don't know why they give different graph sizes. Because it makes it
also don't know why they did either. But
they're literally the same. They're literally the exact same. It's just that they made the graphs look like different. That's it.
I mean, I don't know why they would then write a paragraph right below it that immediately contradicts the chart if that was the goal of it. But the point is,
because actually there were more men that their ideal committed relationship was that has like 30 frequency for 20, right? And then for women, right, there was 15 at 20. So there's actually more men that prefer women with higher body counts, it seems.
I think given the fact that there's a pretty big disappearance or a pretty big drop off between like 10 and then a big spike around 20, we can maybe consider that a statistical outlier.
Prescription, thank you so much. Which one's an outlier?
I said, given the fact that there appears to be a bell curve between 0 and 10, the data drops off, and then there's a big spike around 20. We can maybe consider the 20 an outlier, and it's not like
Oh no, that wouldn't
from
be.
0 to 20.
No. That doesn't seem to be an outlier. That just seems to be another spread up in the data. So like, what are you talking about specifically?
I do think that could be an outlier, but anyways, the point of what I'm getting at is I think in a I don't even know what word I want to use, like well ordered or like.
And also, this
society.
isn't a peer reviewed study. I'm just classifying that.
Well, I think the study. It cites the studies below in the references that it uses.
There's no peer review over this.
Sure. I think in a correct society, and once again, I don't know if I want to use the word like correct or right or moral or whatever. People are allowed to make themselves who they want to be attractive to the opposite sex, and are allowed to pursue people who they are attracted to, obviously within like moral reason of like you can't be attracted to children, like blah blah blah. So I don't think it is.
By the way, okay. Even if this was the case that people prefer this in this particular way, this doesn't indicate whether or not it should matter differently for men and women. That would just indicate that people have different preferences.
Should people be allowed to pursue those preferences?
You can pursue your preferences, but that doesn't mean that it is the case that it should matter for women comparative to men. Should matter more for women comparative to men. That would not be entailed by that.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess if we're talking abstractly, then I guess it's correct. My argument, I do confess my argument was a little bit of a stretch, but yeah, I mean, I guess if we're talking abstractly, I mean, obviously you shouldn't treat people differently based on, or you shouldn't treat people poorly based on, past experiences, etc.
Sure. No, but do you think it should matter more for women or matter for women, not for men?
I think there's kind of multiple. So abstractly, I guess not. So if that disqualifies me from the prompt, I completely understand. So abstractly, I think not, but I think in execution, people should be allowed to pursue their preferences, and therefore it wouldn't be hypocritical for a man to go after a woman with a lower body count, or a woman to go after a man with a higher body count, or someone to go after someone.
I think that is hypocritical, right? Because you're not applying the same standards yourself. Because it's relating to responsibility, accountability.
Sure, but would it also be hypocritical if like a woman wanted a man who was more like financially responsible than she was?
If it was a requirement.
I don't see how it being a requirement would make it any more or less.
If you're fine, I don't see how it's an issue to say you want someone who's financially stable, given that you're financially stable, right?
Well, I mean, it's an issue of
responsibility standards you hold yourself to. If it was a requirement for someone to make significantly more amount of money than you, right, then that seems to be a double standard.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Okay.
All right.
Cool.
For sure.
Thanks for having me on.
All right, we're gonna go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you disagree, everyone. Hopefully we can get it to send out everyone today after that perm live ban that we got back. But tap that screen, everyone. Let's try to get to 100,000 likes. If you want to help get out to more people, everyone, share the live copy link, send it to a few friends, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
34.
Do you think that high body count should matter for women but not for men?
Honestly, man, this is probably the one thing that you talk about on here that I probably agree with you on, but I do understand why people would say that, sometimes it's different for females, I guess, because some people would say it's easier for them to get with somebody.
Okay, so you don't disagree with the topic?
A lot of times I do. I was actually on here the other day, and you were on here with Dean. I don't know if you remember me.
I don't.
Well, hopefully I catch you when you're talking about God or something so we can debate a little bit more.
Sure. All right, have a good day. All right, let's go to the next person. Are you driving,
Parker.
Faith?
Parker, it's great to see you. By the way, you still didn't upload.
Are you driving? I did. It is uploaded.
When did you do that? 5 seconds ago?
No, it's already. I uploaded it earlier today. It might be set up to upload tomorrow on schedule, but it should be uploaded.
Yeah, hopefully you'll actually upload that debate.
Oh, it's scheduled for tomorrow at 10 o'clock. It's titled "Faith in Films Destroyed."
Well, listen, you have to get a couple more atheists in here when I join because I bring up your view count, and honestly, you're too easy for me. So you need more atheists in here to make it easier. So, but anyway,
Faith, you're not bringing up anything.
So, anyway,
the live has
goodbye.
stated the same amount of viewers. You didn't bring up anything.
No, it wasn't. It was peaking, and then when I left, it dropped back down.
It's at
were really
1.2
disappointed
right now.
with
It's
your
not
performance
peaking.
with the other Christians.
It's not peaking, bro. And
because
actually,
for some
wait,
reason-
actually, Faith Phillips. It literally that live had a 3K average. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
And
I can
find
show you the
funny
analytics
that
right now.
As soon as you brought up the lightweight Christians, you kept.
Wait. Do you want to see the
people
analytics? Do you want to see the analytics?
Oh, I have screenshots of it, so I know.
Yeah,
I know it peaked at 4.1K. It was a little bit more.
But you understand that that's not specifically because of you. I don't know why you're having such an ego because of it.
No, it's
literally
that I think people recognize that you're not a challenge for me. So you need to get more atheists in here when I join. You got to respect my hustle a little bit more. Yeah, you got to respect my hustle. I don't need to look at that. You need to respect my hustle. I'm too skilled for you.
Dude, that was a 6-hour live, and bro was on for like an hour and thinks it's all him. It's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, well,
all right, peace out, bro. Get on later when you're not in the car. I think he's a passenger. I'm not quite sure. He didn't answer the question, so I'm gonna go on to the next person. The ego is wild, chat. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
Yeah. Do you think that high body count should matter for women but not for men?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why so?
Because women get it easy, men don't.
Okay, so if it is the case that there's a man that gets it easier than other men, well, then it is the case that he should be looked at in a more negative connotation.
No, all I'm saying is like a chick can go out.
So it only applies to women, but it doesn't apply to men.
Look, I got one thing to say. A chick can go out, right? She can go up to any dude, and they'll be in her bed in seconds. A dude can't do that.
But not true. If someone walks up to me, I'm going to say no because I have standards.
Okay, but like,
you might be projecting. You might say that you would say yes to any person who would walk up to you, but that's just going to be a projection of the of you yourself, not of every other person.
Are you straight though? Do you like chicks? Because it's like,
yeah, I'm straight.
Like well, that's all I had to say. Legit, that's all
have you been in a relationship for more than a month?
I'm in a relationship right now.
How long?
14 months.
14 months? Is that your longest relationship?
No.
No?
Longest was about 2.5 years.
Okay. So, like, what are you trying to say?
Exactly what I just said. That's all I have to say.
That's it? You have no arguments?
No.
Nothing? You got no reasoning?
I gave you my reasoning.
You didn't give me anything. I responded to it. You didn't say anything.
What did you say?
What did you say?
I said a chick can go out, go up to any dude she wants.
And what did I say in that response? Do you not hear it?
I just asked you what you said.
Yeah. If it is the case that a man, right, it's easier for him to engage in intercourse, right, than another man, should he be looked at in a more negative connotation than the other man for having the same body count?
What?
Okay. If it's easier for one guy to engage in intercourse to another guy, right, and they have the same body count, should the guy who it's easier for him to engage in intercourse be looked at in a more negative connotation for the same body count as the other man?
I'm in a game of Fortnite right now. I gotta go.
Wow, so his brain just doesn't function. That's great. We're going to go on to the next person. Please only send a guest request if you disagree. We are just looking for some debates, everyone. That is wild, chat. That is wild. Yo, how old are you?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello? How old are you?
Can you hear me?
How old are you?
21.
For sure. Do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
Yeah, I think so.
Why so?
Value by men is different from value by women.
What do you mean by that?
All right, women values dropped when they have sex with a bunch of guys. That's just the way society is.
Yeah, society views it that way, but should it be viewed that way?
Should be viewed that way. Yeah, it should.
Why?
Because women and men are different.
Okay. Okay. Well, me and you are different. So does that mean that it should matter for you, but not for me?
Okay, you're a man, and when you leave your parents' house, what do you do? What are you gonna do?
I'm not in my parents' house currently.
No, I'm asking when you do leave your parents' house, what do you do?
When I leave my parents' house, what do I do?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're asking.
Oh my god. All right. I'm not saying it. You're not in your parents' house now, right?
No, I'm not.
All right. When you left, what was your aim?
When I left, what was what?
What was your aim?
What was my aim?
Yeah.
Like, I was going to school.
I guess you understand the perspective I'm asking from.
What are you saying, bro?
I'm trying to say that women value differs when they have sex with a bunch of guys, simply because women should keep their bodies for, I guess, one person. And when it comes to men, women...
Okay, so men should keep their bodies for one person.
Men should, but...
Men should, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
so it should matter equally for men and women.
Yeah, but...
Oh, yeah? Okay, so it shouldn't matter... So it shouldn't matter different.
But men and women bodies are different.
Okay, me and your body are different.
Yeah, but in what way? We are both men.
Okay. And we're both human.
Okay, I think every point I bring up, I'm not gonna be able to beat you. So, yeah.
Why is it about beating? Why don't you just try to actually engage with truth?
I am trying.
You are? Then like give me a reason to justify your position. If you don't have a reason, then why do you hold to the view?
Okay, my reason. I give you my reason though.
Well, I responded to it. And you didn't give me anything.
Because whatever reason I bring, you're gonna bring up another reason. It's just gonna be a long ass.
Yeah, that's called a debate.
For how long?
Do you not want to debate any further?
No, I don't.
No? Okay, well then, all right. Peace out, bro.
Yeah, peace out, bro.
Bro bought the $5 debate thing when he walked into the business. He bought the $5 debate, 5-minute debate. I mean, yo, what's up? How old are you? 30 seconds. I mean,
hey, what's up, man? I'm 28.
For sure. Do you think that high body count should matter for women but not for men?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna look for people who disagree, but I appreciate you coming on. Just looking for some debates, everyone. Only send a guest request if you disagree, y'all. All right, let's get to the next person, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I am 25.
For sure. Do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
Yes, I do.
Why so?
Because, Parker, I think so because I like to have lot of women with me.
Are you trolling?
No, I am not trolling. Why do you think I troll?
Chat, it's just I ground that via intuition, okay? Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello?
What's up?
Yeah, so do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
Yeah.
Why?
So, for a female, it depreciates.
Why?
For obvious reasons.
Those being?
How you been? How you been, Parker?
Bro's got unmatched riz. Why you just randomly just walk into a convo? Like, what?
I said, how you been, Parker?
Why are you asking me that?
Because I'm asking how you been. It's just a friendly question.
I've been good.
Good. That's good to hear. So, male and females are much different, which we both know.
Me and you are different.
Which we both know. So, for a female, it obviously depreciates much quicker. It's almost like...
So for you, it obviously depreciates much quicker. Like, you engaged in intercourse with one person, you've been defiled. Right? I engage in intercourse with one person, I appreciate.
Not so much. Not so much.
No, I had like 50% appreciation.
For what you've been through?
Yeah, my life, every single time I engage with someone, right, it just appreciates my value by 50%. For you, though, you depreciate by 200%.
Well, isn't that a beautiful statement you just made? So, assumptions are starting to be made, which is not so great. So anyways, back to the main statement, which is what you were stating before, which is the question above. So go ahead and jump in. Ask some questions.
Yeah, can you justify why you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men?
Well, yeah, men and women are much different. We both know this. It
Me
goes
and
down
you
to
are
the
much
basics.
different. Now, should it matter differently for me and you?
We're both men.
Okay. And you and a woman are both human.
So?
I could say the same thing about you saying we're both men.
All right, so here's a better question, Parker. How many women have you actually been with?
What do you mean by been with? Like relationships or like engaged in intercourse?
No, obviously you know what I mean. This is an obvious. We're not talking about holding hands here, Parker. Come on, let's pass the first base. Like, come on, bro.
I've been with 3 people in my life.
3 people, is that all?
Yeah.
All right, so you got a lot of learning to do, like a lot.
What do you mean?
You've physically had intercourse with 3 women. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right, so you got a long stride to go. Long stride, and I congratulate you on the 3 fantastic women that you've been with.
It's not like that, right? So I think of this in the context of an emotional connection, right? In the context of the relationship that exists, not in the context of just, oh, this is just another person I'm adding to the list, right?
That's cool.
Right? This isn't like a list. This is just a description.
That's cool.
Yeah. So like, okay. Why do you think that your body count shouldn't matter, right? And women's should?
So there's many different reasons and types as to why it should and should not matter, right? You got to think about it in depth, in details.
Okay, go for it.
I don't need to personally give it. I don't need to personally give it.
Do you even know them personally?
What's that?
Do you even know them personally?
Who, the women that you've slept with?
No. I meant like the reasons why it's wrong for women but not for men. What the hell?
So, Don't confuse it. It's all good, Parker. It's all good. So you've been with 3 women, right?
Yeah, why do you keep saying that? I was asking you a question why it's wrong for women but not for men.
There's many reasons. You just got to think about it in depth. It doesn't even have to be a debate. It really doesn't. It's very simplified.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it in depth right now, and I'm seeing no good reason to indicate why it should matter for women but not for men. So can you give me a good reason?
Well, yeah. When a lady sleeps with multiple men, it's sleeping around. Unfortunately, and I'm not putting that out there as in I chose this. I did not choose this ideology.
What do you mean you didn't choose your ideology?
I'm not choosing this ideology as in if a lady sleeps with 5 dudes that she would be, HOE or whatever she is. Right? I'm not choosing this ideology.
Aren't you saying it should matter for women but not for men?
Well, yeah, because it's the reproductive organs that are made differently. We both.
My reproductive organ is different than from yours. What's your point?
So what are you saying? Are you half he, half she?
What?
You just said our reproductive organs are differently. So what are you saying? You're transvestite?
I guarantee we're not running with the same. We're not running with the same loadout. That's just not happening, right?
You just said our reproductive organs are differently.
Yeah, we're running with different loadouts.
I'm a man. So
okay, I'm a man too.
Are you saying you're not a man?
I am biologically male. I'm a man. I'm just saying we're running with different loadouts. That's how it is for men. It's how it is for women. Women are running with different loadouts than each other. Men are running with different loadouts than each other.
Okay.
You got your class set up.
If you say so. If you say so. So, here's the real question, all right? So, why do you think they would be the same?
Why do I think body count should be considered the same for men and women?
Yeah.
Because I think that men and women should take the same accountability when it relates to like body count. If men think that body count should matter, right? Well, then they should apply that same notion of it mattering to themselves, right? If it's wrong for a woman to engage in a casual hookup, well, then why is it okay for them?
Well, think about it. Think about it.
I'm thinking about it right now, right? And if they consider it to be wrong to engage in a casual hookup, right, you can have that preference, right? But apply it to yourself. Engage in that exact same activity. Apply that same energy when it relates to your own actions.
All right, so you've been with 3 ladies, and you're how old?
21.
All right, so most women, most ladies have not been with 3 gentlemen by the time the same age that you are. So why would that be?
I don't know.
Why would that be? You have a higher body count than most ladies. So why would that be?
I think I have a pretty similar one comparative to most people, like my age.
You think.
Yeah.
You think, but you don't know.
I don't know.
It's not a fact. You just said you think, as in it's a thought. It's not a fact.
Yeah. So when I'm saying I think, right, I'm gonna relate to like what's relative to around me because I don't have any type of study to relate to when it relates to like the individuals at my age. We do have medians when it relates to all individuals, but not when it relates to specifically my age that I've seen. Right. So all I could do is relate to like my own individual experiences with people who are around my age. That's why I said I think and not I know. That's why I made a distinction between those two.
In a sense, yes, but in a sense, no. So, I'm not too sure if you've seen any of the, I don't know what his name is recently, but I've seen a couple of YouTube videos recently where they really made a few major distinctions lately that made a major difference between men and women. One guy's name is Brian. I don't know if you know his name.
Yeah, so like, give me the argument. I don't really care about the individual's name. Unless I was like looking up a source.
It's more or less I'm asking you if you've seen Brian on YouTube, who made a lot of distinctions between the two, you know, male and female.
Just some random. Oh, you talking about whatever podcast?
Yeah.
Who's currently running away from debating me and Dean? They're literally running. Like, I actually have a video. You can go on my account. They're running away from debating us. Literally, look at their most recent TikTok. Their entire TikTok comment section is debate Parker and Dean, and they don't want to debate us, right? They literally, Dean was in contact with them on email, and they asked him for $10,000 for us to debate them.
Okay,
$10,000. That's running.
Throw it up on your platform now, just to prove it. And then it's good.
You want to watch the video? I have it on my phone.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, sure, I got you.
Why not? Oh, yo.
So Tina and I messaged the Whatever podcast to like set up a debate between us and them about like all these different types of issues and stuff like that. And they hit us back with a $10,000 fee to come onto their platform. Right? Honestly, I don't know about y'all, but that.
Watch this. And then we'll go to whatever.
Yes, that's you, but that's not them.
Hold up. I was showing you. Give it a second.
Okay.
My ex-boyfriend.
Let's look at their comment section. Hold up, chat. We just gotta see. This is kind of funny.
No, not comment section. They're actual, like, Brian, live, stating the statements that you stated. Actual, factual. This is not actual or factual. This is just. Yeah, no, this isn't.
Like, so, bro.
Okay.
It continues to keep going.
Okay. So
that's the actual.
So I'm gonna rewind and I'm gonna drop a couple of things. Yo. First and foremost, I actually want to apologize to you for saying what I said previously on our previous live, because I have actually had a previous conversation with you about a different debate that I made a statement that wasn't actually accurate. So now I'm going to drop a little bit more of accurate information. So first and foremost, the two of us had a conversation that was, yo, you good?
Yeah, well, I don't know why you just thought I wasn't.
No, I saw you paying attention to something else, so I wasn't sure if I
put my phone on like the thing so that I can like see a notification or a cash app if it comes up.
Cool. So Parker, I want to give you some actual credit for what you do first and foremost, respectfully. Two, previously we had spoke about like whether God does not exist or whether he does exist. There's no way to prove it. Whether it's biblical or not, there's no way to prove of a higher power, number one. So that's first and foremost. I tried to prove that there was a higher power. There's no way to prove it. So, and there's no way to prove that there's not a higher power. But coming back to this conversation,
we can disprove certain higher powers, and we can also give evidence to like reject those hypotheses.
You can, but at the end of the day, it's a higher power. So whether you can give an objection, but it doesn't prove that the higher power does or does not exist. Period.
Yeah, we can if we're talking about a particular type of higher power. I can't say give a contradiction with all higher powers, but I can give reason based upon probability to reject the view.
you just said all higher powers, right? So
I can't give contradictions in all higher powers, no. Like, I don't think there's a contradiction with the Marvel celestial beings creating the universe.
It's a higher power. You can or cannot prove it. There's no way to prove it. It's a higher power. Like, there's no
Okay, so then
book
why
in this
believe in
world
it?
that can prove a higher power.
So why believe in it?
Exactly, it's a belief.
No, but why believe in it? If there's no evidence that you can give for it, if there's no proof you can give for it, why believe in it?
Because I I should have told you previously, and I did tell you previously, I should have died over 50 times, but I didn't. And it's like you said, oh, it's luck, but it's not luck. Luck is once, twice, or 3 times. 50 times? Should have been dead? Could have been dead? But I'm not dead. I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all good.
Do you think there are some people that could have died more times than you?
Definitely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And do you think that's by chance?
Why not?
Okay, so then why wouldn't yours be by chance?
Why not?
Okay.
So, at the end of the day, all I'm saying is, man, there's no way to prove or disprove a higher power. And that's it.
Okay, so then why believe in it?
Why not?
Because again, there's no evidence.
There doesn't need to be evidence.
Oh, okay, so if I believe that the Earth is flat, is that
there's
justified?
no evidence of a higher power.
If I believe the Earth is flat, is that justified?
I don't think you understand what you're saying.
If I believe the Earth is
It's a
flat,
higher power. There's no evidence of a higher power, man.
If I believe the Earth is flat, is that justified?
You say flat Earth?
Yeah, if I believe the Earth is flat, is it justified?
Do you believe that Earth is flat?
If I said I did, would that be justified?
In your own thoughts and mind, if you want to believe that, go ahead.
Under your worldview.
But no, I don't believe that.
No, you don't believe it's justified. So why? Because you require evidence to justify that claim?
But that's so that's you're talking about a different scenario, man. You're talking about like the actual Earth and compared to higher power. Like, it doesn't make any sense. You're talking about the Earth and compared to a higher power. Like, and
I do want to get back to the topic, but like, you're not giving any reason at all.
It doesn't have to have. It's a higher power. Like, have you ever heard?
Yeah, I have an imaginary friend. Right, I don't need evidence that they exist. Right, I just believe that they exist.
Yeah, no, we're not going to go down that direction. Like of a imaginary friend. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I have an imaginary friend. Right, my imaginary friend.
I have an imaginary friend that's named
I'm
Fred.
friends with
He's in the
Griffin.
closet. Do you believe or do you not believe in him?
Yeah.
Like, dude, come on, seriously?
No, I believe in him. I'm using the same justification you're using.
It's a higher power, not an imaginary friend.
My friend is a higher power.
Oh, man.
I told you, Stewie Griffin is a higher power.
Yeah, so that clearly went nowhere. All right.
What? Okay, I wonder why.
All right, so just because you don't believe in a higher power doesn't mean others don't believe in a higher power and know that there is a higher power.
Yeah, you don't know that. I promise you don't know, but you have no.
You promise
you can believe in whatever you want. There are people that believe.
All right, so
there are people
pause.
that believe.
Hold up. How do you
There are
promise?
people that believe Trump won the election.
How do you promise I don't know that there's a higher power?
Because you have no evidence. You provided no evidence.
There doesn't have to be evidence.
Why? Okay, so
Why
for example,
not?
if someone makes the claim that Trump won the election without providing any evidence, is that justified? Or you believe Trump won the election too?
Oh God, no.
Okay, so yeah, they say that. Do you believe is that justified? No, right?
Honestly, man, it's you're bringing it in circles and circles and circles until there's no circle left to give. Like, yeah, keep banging your head. Keep banging your head. I remember seeing the debate that you had the other day with Buddy. And honestly, it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny.
Do you want to give me an argument?
I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to let you know.
You came on a debate live not to engage in an argument? Just think about that for a second. You joined a debate live to not debate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, you heard the previous statement.
Just wanted some attention, bro. I just want someone to talk to me.
Wow.
You know, I don't blame you. They took down Omegle, so.
You're great, Parker. You truly are great.
Love you too.
Yeah. I bet.
All right, let's go to the next person, everyone. Are you still driving?
Yes, I am. I'd like to join in like an.
Okay, well, join when you're not driving. I'm gonna get bananaed, bruv. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Are you driving? I heard it. I literally heard it, so there's no point. All right, everyone, we're about to go into crazy for some debates, everyone. Everyone only send a guest request if you disagree. If you want to see some debates, everyone tap that screen. Share the live as well. Copy links, send it to a few friends. You already know the deal, everyone. Holy fuck, I just voice cracked. Let's try to get to 150,000 likes real quick, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
30.
For sure. Do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
Not here for the high body count, dude. I'm here to just kind of talk to you about what you were debating about God. High body count, dude. I'm here to just kind of talk to you about what you were debating about God.
Let's go to the next person, everyone. In chat, I can't do it, dude. I can't do it. We got to get some debates, everyone. People are saying change the topic. Maybe we will here. Maybe we will. Give some smoochies before we go, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hi, I'm 22.
For sure. Do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
I don't, but
all right. I am just looking for people who disagree. Appreciate you coming on. All right, we're gonna do that to everyone. We say goodbye to on the live, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, I'm 26.
Are you driving?
I'm currently driving.
All right, let's go to the next person, everyone. Give him a little smooch. I'm here for the mic kisses. I am here too. I'm here for that too. You know what? I come up with new things like every day. There's like something new every day that I come up with. Like, go on to the next person. What is wrong with me, chat?
You know what? I come up with new things like every day.
Hey, Parker.
Yeah, what's up? How old are you?
18.
For sure. Do you think that a high body count should matter for
18.
women but not for men?
Well, like, I'm a woman, and I do think that it matters more for women than men for only one reason, and that's because, like, the kitty gets, like, stretched out. That's all.
Can you give me any reason or evidence to indicate that, like, someone who, people saying her bio is 20. Yeah, you said 21, right? You said you're 21, right?
No, I said 18. The bio's just lying because of the, like, bands, but you can check. I just turned 18, like, on my posts. I'm literally 18, y'all. They're insane.
So can you give me evidence to believe that it gets stretched out?
Like, what do you mean evidence? Like, after you have, like, after you have like sex a bunch of times, it does get stretched out. I could tell you. Like,
so let
from
me
my
ask you a
personal
question.
Experience, like.
Okay, so a person that's in a relationship, right, who's engaged in intercourse 100 times, they're going to be in a worse circumstance than a person who has engaged in intercourse with 20 different people, just once each, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess.
So like you shouldn't be in relationships because people in relationships have more sex. So don't get in a relationship, people.
Okay, but if you go like, if like, let me think. I get what you mean. Like if you have sex with the same person over and over, it's like equally to like having with different people.
So do you think that every single time you engage in intercourse, you reduce your value?
No,
No.
it's just like with different people. I choose to keep mine like.
But you said it was based upon whether or not it makes it quote unquote looser. But the determination of whether or not it's quote unquote looser is how much intercourse you engage in. But people in relationships engage in more intercourse. Right. So that one person, the person who engaged in intercourse with one person 100 times, is going to be in a worse circumstance than the person who has 75 bodies and engaged once each.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be based on body count.
Right. You're right. Right. I get it. I
Yes.
mean, like, I don't know. Like, if you hear a girl says like, "Oh, I have like 45 bodies," then like, they probably had.
What about a man?
Them.
A man who says 45 bodies. Same thing, right?
Yeah, but just it doesn't. You don't see a difference, like how they look or whatever.
I wouldn't see
how
that
it
with the
feels,
person who has
that's
45 either, right? It's actually like a muscle, right? So it is the case that it's like a necessarily like a rubber band, right? It doesn't actually like become looser given that someone does that. It would be like attributed to it can get like looser and then it goes back to what it was. Same thing happens with like birth.
How does it go back?
Because it's a muscle. Contracts.
Mm.
How does it go back after someone gives birth? Like how did a baby's head go through there? I asked that question as a kid. Well, it expands and then goes back to what it was.
I see. But it doesn't go back all the way.
What do you mean?
After birth.
You're saying it doesn't go back all the way? Well, I mean,
Yeah.
so it does, right? But there could be a greater likelihood of there being some negative impact that would be temporary than it would be if you have intercourse. So, like, is it wrong to give birth then?
No.
Is it wrong
I'm
to
not
have
saying it's
multiple
wrong.
kids?
I'm not saying anything's wrong. I'm just saying that why it's different for men and women. I'm not even saying that it's wrong to have a high body count. I'm just saying that it's different for men and women, and I don't think that that's fair necessarily. But I'm just letting you know, like, why.
So why should it be viewed differently?
There's a huge difference between like having intercourse with like a virgin than like somebody with like 45 bodies. It feels different.
So what about it would be the case? Wait, how do you know that?
I literally just said.
Wait, River, I have a question. How do you know that?
Because like you can ask people. You can
ask people, right?
Okay,
So like
I can't. have
shouldn't
this
we be
conversation.
relating to the opinions of men then?
Yeah, and women too.
Right? So like as a man, right? I think that she just left. I think that I could answer this question, right? I'm not going to see any reason to believe that to be true, right? Now let's try to get to 250,000 likes, everyone. If you want to help get out to more people, everyone, share the live copy link, send it to a few friends. Let's get on to the next person, everyone. I did not kick them. I don't kick people. If I do, I say so. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 50.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think that a high body count should matter for women, but not for men?
I don't think that it should.
I appreciate W in the chat. W for the guests, everyone. All right, everyone. All right, let's go to the next person. Everyone, please only send a guest request. If you disagree, everyone, you already know we are just looking for some debates, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
28.
For sure. Do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
Of course it should.
Of course it should?
Yes.
Why so?
Well, first of all, if a man does it, it doesn't really matter because it's no stretching out that's going on. But if a woman does it, there's stretching out that's going on.
Can you give me evidence of that?
Like if you take a rubber band and you put the rubber band around a watermelon and then you take it off the watermelon, it's not going to go all the way back. It'll go back some, but it won't go all the way back. It's like a scrunchie. You can only use a scrunchie so many times before it breaks.
Yeah, so like, can you give me any reason to believe that that's going to be true when it relates to like women engaging in intercourse? And also, again, the same thing I just brought up with the other scenario, right? The person who has a partner, one partner, versus the other individual that had 75. The person who had one partner would be in a worse circumstance.
I believe it's okay because men are creatures that are known to have multiple partners.
Huh? Say that again?
Men are known of, like, all through history to be a seeker of, the species that has multiple.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it should be that way. Throughout all of history, men also married little children.
But if it's not wrong, why should we want to change or fix it? If that's how it's always been.
So it is wrong, right? And that's what I'm arguing against. Right? I think it's wrong for us to say that it should matter for women but not for men, because I think that means that men aren't able to take accountability for the same types of actions that they say are bad within the context of women.
I have to disagree. See, I feel like only because I feel like if I'm talking to a girl now, mind you, you do want the girl to be experienced because you don't want to get caught up in something and then somebody can't do what you need them to do in the bedroom. That's horrible. That's terrible. I done been there before. Don't want to do it again. At the same time, even if I don't know, I think it's right when you had the experience without having the experience. You know what I mean?
No, I have no clue what you mean.
So, like, if you have the experience of having 150 bodies, but you've only had 2, oh my God, that's great.
How does that work? Can you please make it make sense to me?
It's like, let's say if you eat a watermelon. If you eat the watermelon and then your stomach is full,
You left. What the fuck was that? What was that, dude? What? If you ate a watermelon and you felt full, what? What are we doing? What are we doing, chat? If you want to support me, everyone, Venmo and Cash App in the bio, everyone. What the fuck just happened? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
37.
For sure. Do you think that a high body count should matter for women but not for men?
Yeah, for sure.
Why so?
Well, depending on if you're trying to be in a relationship, then yeah. Well, yeah, it depends. That's kind of like just being out there. That's your business. But if you're trying to be in a relationship,
wait, why does it matter? What's the difference?
Well, the difference is how many men out there want to be with a woman that's known around.
Who's known around?
Yeah, who gets around a lot.
Well, you could say the same thing about women. Women don't want to be with players.
I mean, you can't.
Are you driving?
No, I'm not driving.
Okay.
I came out to sit in my car, but I'm not driving. I'm on my house.
Just making sure.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at like right now, look at relationships now. They decline dramatically from the 60s to now. Back then, people used to be shamed for, used to have one girl out there.
And that was bad, to shame people for just being with one person. That's fucking ridiculous. All right, so how have we declined since the 1960s? You mean when people didn't view interracial marriage to be legitimate, to be a bad thing, when people viewed that women shouldn't have the same types of rights as men, right? Things like that?
No, we're talking about body counts. When you go off subject, it turns into something else, but we're talking about just body counts. On body counts, look at the relationship status. We went from marriages lasting 25, 30 years to under 5 years today, because women can't be like, you can't have two people out here everybody just doing like, hold on, let me get my thoughts together. Hold on, let's see. You caught me off guard because I have a request at 25th. But, so when a woman is out there, you're saying it's just like a man. Men don't have control sex. Women have control sex.
Both men and women control sex.
Men do not consensual. Because if a man...
What is consent?
Consent is saying I want to have sex, but a man cannot have sex.
Both parties agree to engage in intercourse. That's an example of consent. Okay, so that means both parties controlled whether or not this happened, as they both consented.
Women control sex. Women control if you have...
So do men.
Men don't control if you're going to have sex. You could want to have...
Yes, they do. Yeah, I control whether or not I have sex with anyone I have sex with.
No, you can't. You can choose.
What the fuck are you saying? Obviously, I have control over that. Do you have free will?
If you want to have sex with...
Do you have free will?
Of course you have free will.
Okay, so then you have the ability to choose, right?
Women control sex, bro. Women control...
So do you. So do you.
No, we don't.
That's what consent means.
I know what consent means.
Okay, well then you know that then both women and men control sex when it relates to a consensual relationship.
Women control whether you have sex or not. Otherwise, it's called rape. If you want to have sex with a woman,
yeah, and the same thing is true with men. If men aren't controlling it, it's also grape. Oh, by the way, you have to say R word or essay or grape because it's TikTok TOS.
Say what? You got to say what?
You have to say R word, essay, or grape. It's TikTok TOS. Just letting you know.
All right, I didn't know that. I mean, like I said, women control the outcome of your guys are going to have sex. Women are supposed to be valued. No man really wants to be with a woman who's out there just sleeping with everybody.
No woman wants to be with a man that's out there sleeping around with everybody. Can you give me the relevant distinction between men and women that means that it should matter for women but not for men?
Well, when men are, how often do men out here just sleeping around with a woman can just lay down and open her legs?
So actually men median's body count is higher than women's median body count. Men's median body count is 6.3. Women's median body count is 4.3. That's via the CDC. 4.3 for women, 6.3 for men. That means 50% of women have less than 4.3, 50% of women have more than 4.3, and then for men it's 50% have less than 6.3, and 50% has more than 6.3. That is the numbers via the CDC.
I gotta look that up. I mean, do they just ask them? Because
look up CDC median body count.
No, I'm saying how do they get those results? Do they just ask them?
I think they have differing reasons as to how. You don't just ask everyone, right? It's going to be samples, right, of the population. Meant to accurately represent the population mean.
Because a man will brag and lie that he's.
But these specifically aren't really subject to that very much. Because it is the case that there's no social sort of response or implication with that, right? If there's no stigma that exists with writing it down because there's no one knows who you are. It's anonymous. But even then, they do take that into account. within the context of people's minds.
Yeah, but I mean, being a reward when a guy sleeps with multiple females, they see it as a reward because it's not as easy as a woman getting.
Callie, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. So a man who has an easier time engaging in intercourse with people, right? Should he be looked at in a more negative connotation for the same body count as a man who has a harder time?
I mean, you're looking at most men. Most men do have a harder time to get with a female than a female. Like, let's put it like this.
Did you hear what I said?
No, I didn't hear what you said.
So a man who has an easier time engaging in intercourse comparative to another man, right? He should be looked at in a more negative connotation for a higher body count. I mean, for the same body count as the other man.
No.
No? Okay, so whether or not it's easier for an individual to engage in intercourse, that does not indicate that they should be looked at in a more negative connotation for the same body count.
You're talking about like individual. No, I'm talking about as a whole. Women can get, all a woman has to do, she don't, no matter how she looks.
A whole is made up of individuals.
No matter how a woman looks, all she gotta do is open her legs, and most men.
That's not true. But
that is true.
One that's not true too. Again, it is the case that if you're saying that because it's easier for you to engage in intercourse, that means you should be looked at in a more negative connotation. Well, that same rule can also apply to men.
How does that to a man? If a man could pull more females, that's it.
You're cutting out. What'd you say?
If a man can pull more females, that's more like a reward because, like I said, women control.
Okay, so if a woman can engage in intercourse with more men, that's a reward.
That's not a reward.
Well, why is it not a reward?
Because they control what happens. They don't.
So do men. So do men. Men literally just control it just as much as women. And when you try to remove the idea that men are controlling it to the same degree, that's how you're trying to evade responsibility for men engaging in the exact same actions as women. Do you think that women engaging in casual sex is wrong?
Like I said, it depends on if you're trying to be in a relationship.
No, do you think it's wrong in the context of you wanting to be in a relationship with them?
Yes.
Okay. So if that is the case, do you think it's wrong for you to do so in the context of you getting into a relationship?
For me to sleep with a bunch of women.
The two of you have done that in the past.
Oh, to have done in the past? Repeat what you said. I didn't understand what you said.
Yeah, you having the same body count, right, as we just referenced with the woman, right? Should that be looked at in a negative way for you?
No.
Okay, so what's the distinction between you and the woman? That means that it should matter in a negative connotation for her, but not for you.
I said it. You disagree with me, but like I said, women control the outcome of sex.
And so do men, right? Like what do you mean by control?
What I mean by control is, okay, like the top men, which is not a lot of them. Women, all women.
You're covering your mic. You're mumbling.
Okay. The top men, like men that women are just like they're all almost attracted to. Those are the ones you're referring to. Average men, they're working for it. They're not the same thing. They have to work for it. An ugly woman, a really ugly woman could get almost any man to sleep with her once.
Yeah. So you just you didn't hear, right? Because we already went over this.
Yeah, well, I mean, an ugly man would never do that. Would never be able to.
Did you hear? You're making the argument. If it's easier for you to engage in intercourse, you should be looked at in a more negative connotation for the same body count. That's what your view is right there.
That's not my view. My view is if you're trying to be in a relationship, men are not going to want to be with a woman who's got a high body count. Would you date a woman with a high body count?
Yeah.
You would date a woman with a high body count?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you in a relationship right now?
Yeah.
And she has a high body count?
No.
Well, that's probably why you're in a relationship with her.
What? No, it just happens to be that. What?
Yeah, that's probably why you're in a relationship with her. That's probably one of the things that attracted you to her.
So I was already attracted to her before I even knew.
physically, but to get in a relationship with her.
I was in a relationship with her before I knew.
Before you knew that she didn't have a high body count?
She doesn't have a high body count.
She's not known. That's good.
Okay, I'm not known either. What's your point?
Well, that's one of the reasons why you're with her, because she doesn't have a high body count.
No, I didn't even know what her body count was.
Been with a female with a high body count?
Have I?
Yes.
Not what I would consider a high body count now.
Okay, so have you talked to females? Have you slept with females who have high body counts?
I've only been with 3 people. I've only been with people I've been in relationships with.
And they all had high body counts?
They all had what I would consider low.
And you decided to get in a relationship with 3 low body count females?
Yeah, and I figured that out after I was already in a relationship with them.
It doesn't matter. Like the attraction to them was, you can tell which women are out here having high body counts, obviously.
So why is it wrong for a woman to have a high body count but not a man? You're not giving me any good reason, right? The reason you applied in the scenario that we just talked about earlier, we already showed how that did not apply whenever it relates to a man comparing against another man. This reasoning only applies to women. It doesn't apply to men.
Well, it didn't apply to, like, well, that's because we're in a disagreement. Well, on me, it doesn't.
You provide no reasoning.
I just gave you a reason with your personal experience. You've been in only 3 relationships with 3 girls who've had low body counts. That's
I'm 21 years old.
Something that women are proud of.
No, you can look at CDC statistics that indicate that the median body count for women is 4.3.
Yeah, but there's also an old saying, when a woman says her body count times it by 3, and when a man says his, they divide it by 3, because a man's going to want.
Both of those are dumb points.
No, that's
because if we relate to the overall statistics, there's no reason to change these in terms of stigmas, and that specifically is just referred to relate to the idea that like women should be looked at in a negative way on the basis of engaging in intercourse, and that men are trying to like make themselves look better. Right?
Let me ask you a question. Between you and your male friends, when y'all are talking about the girls, these girls, this and that, you're talking about the amount of girls you're messing with, or hey, I mess around with this.
You know how this conversation goes? I'm in a relationship with this girl. It doesn't go, oh, I'm having sex with all these different people. Oh my gosh, I had sex with this person. Haha, look at this.
Well, not you,
like what? No. I'm in this relationship. This is who I'm dating right now. I don't have conversations about the sex I'm having with my friends.
You don't talk about females with you.
That is personal to me and my girlfriend. That's not information that needs to be known by my other male friends.
I'm not talking about your girlfriend specifically. I'm talking about pre-girlfriend. Like I'm not talking about your girl who you value, who you just chose to be in a relationship with. I'm talking about girls who you slept with, who you are not in a relationship with.
I've only slept with people I've been in a relationship with.
Yeah. Okay, so you don't have that experience. Okay, when you have that experience and you're not in the relationship, of course, I understand what you're saying. Of course, I value my wife and I won't talk to nobody about her sex, like that. But when women do it and they're talking about another woman who's sleeping around, what do they say? They call each other. They see each other as, even if they say even women who say
these are all you're just going to relate to social stigmas, okay? What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to take ourselves out of the context of the social stigmas that we place on society. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to say, what is the reason that you have this particular intuition or belief? Because your intuitions, they can be determined by social stigmas of society. So I'm getting us to try to reflect on why we have these beliefs.
Well, if it all comes down to if you want to be in a relationship. When you get with a woman with a high body count and you don't have that experience, you just have stats that you look up. When you have that experience, it's a different experience. These girls are more than likely out there to cheat on you, and then the relationship will go down. So we'll come back to what I was saying about relationships.
Can you give me evidence that a woman with a high body count is more likely than not to cheat on you?
Evidence like what? Like a stat?
Yeah, give me something.
I mean, I can give you the stats of what I can look up and give you is, because I don't know, I can't say a number. I know they're there because I've seen them, but I don't know. I don't remember the number. But I can give you the stats of declining relationships because of women being more out there like that. More and more women.
You're saying
being
people have a higher body count, lower success rate for marriage?
Yes.
So that's true for men too. There's not a statistically significant distinction between men and women as it relates to success rates of marriage, given a higher body count. Not a statistically significant distinction. Plus, all you could relate to is a correlation between a higher body count and people having like more or less successful marriages. That's not identifying a cause, right? There could be the case that people are just more likely to identify whether or not they like someone or they don't like someone in the context of a relationship. So they're able to make a more informed decision comparative to a person that is more likely to be in a religious setting that doesn't really have people to compare it to, have any comparative basis, and is more likely to accept the things that are in the context of that relationship, right? There's no description of a causal factor there. That's what I'm saying.
He said, well, I mean, like I was saying, it only matters if you're trying to, for when you decide to get in a relationship. If you're just out there having fun, you're doing this and that, and you're making these decisions to have that high body count, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, the same thing can be true for men too. I don't know why you don't apply the same reasoning to the men. You evade accountability when it relates to men, but you apply accountability when it relates to women. Why are we doing this?
Because like I said, even though you disagree, women have control of sex. So when a man...
So do men. I never disagree that women have control. What I'm saying is that men also have control. And you also have control over the ringer then.
Men have control men have a control to a degree, but at the end of the day, if no matter
and
what...
women, yeah, so if men have a control to the same degree that women do.
I don't agree with that.
What reason do you have to say that there's a difference?
Because we cannot have intercourse intercourse will not happen without a woman saying. A man can say, yes, come on, let's do this, let's do that. Okay, one of the biggest problems, and I guess you're gonna ask me to look for the stats. One of the biggest problems in relationships as they go on is when women get in relationships with men, they stop having sex. So if you're in a relationship, you're married.
Yeah. Okay. So if you want someone as a man who has a higher sex drive to relate to the higher sex drive that you have, isn't someone who has a higher body count more likely to have a higher sex drive?
I mean, I don't know if they have a higher body count, they're just out there. I don't know if they have a higher sex drive. I mean, if you get in a relationship.
Wait, but again, right? So it seems like you're saying men should be with women that have higher body counts.
Men naturally have higher sex drives than women.
Okay, then men should be with women that have higher body counts than them to match their sex drives.
If you're with you don't want to be with.
If it's such an apocalypse for men, they're not getting enough intercourse in relationships. Find someone that wants to engage in intercourse more.
Exactly, and that's why people
don't force it in a relationship. Find someone that wants to engage in it more. And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? Oftentimes, it's going to be the women that you are relating to in the scenario that are going to be of lesser value because they have higher body counts.
And that is the reason why the relationship status is decreasing. That's why marriages are decreasing under 5 years today.
No, it's because people are financially independent and they're able to make choices about whether or not they want to be with someone. So, right? So the idea that just someone makes money isn't enough anymore. That's the reason why relationships are not in the same degree as they were then. It's because people were forced into the context of these confines of these relationships, right? So now people are in circumstances where they have to deal with them. And actually, if you look at like first marriages, they have a significantly higher success rate than like people who have second, third, fourth marriages, right? So if you're just looking at the marriage success rate, you're not looking at first marriages. You're looking at marriage people, even people who have like 4 marriages.
I mean, I don't think they have stats on first marriages, but why is there
They
more?
do.
There's more and more divorces, remarriage.
There's more and more what?
There's more and more of that. That wasn't a thing.
Yeah, because the population is higher.
So that gives you reason to have more divorces and remarriage?
Yeah, because the population's higher. If there are more people, there are going to be more people who can have divorces.
No, I'm talking about. No, I'm not. You're saying more people having. I'm talking about.
Are you isolating per capita rates, or are you?
No, I'm saying people having more divorces and remarries and more divorce, like divorcing 2 or 3 times.
Are you just talking more in terms of sum or in terms of per capita rates?
I mean, like 2 or 3 times. I'm not talking about just get a divorce one time. I'm talking about what you're saying. 2 or 3 times. People are getting more divorces 2, 3, 4 times.
Okay, can you give me evidence of that?
That's what you said. I was repeating what shit. I said that's why. That's why they're doing it.
Say that one more time. Sorry, I didn't hear.
I said you said that about 2, 3, 4 divorces, and I said, yeah, you're seeing it a lot more today.
Yeah. So, can I give you evidence that the U.S. divorce rate hit a 50-year low in 2019?
Repeat that.
So, can I give you evidence to believe that the U.S. divorce rate fell to a 50-year low in 2019?
Well, that's because everybody was forced inside with COVID.
Look up the United States divorce rate has hit a 50-year low. And no, this is a trend that's been happening since the 1980s. I'll show you.
Do you think that's because people ain't getting married like they were? I mean, the average
No, you said that people are getting all these different divorces, right? So I mean, I don't see the reason to believe that per capita rates are going to be higher now than they were then. So like, can you give me any good reason to believe that like that is the case?
Well, you're the one that said that, and I said, well, you're seeing that more today than before.
Yeah, so like, I mean, I would agree that marriage rates are going down, right? And we also see divorce rates going down, but you're saying more people are getting divorced. And proportionally speaking, when we relate to the population, the per capita rates, that's just not true. Okay? So if that's not true, then why is it the case that you're making this claim? Especially when it relates to body count.
Well, like I said, the body counts only matter if you're trying to get in a relationship. If you're not, if you just want to be out there being independent, out there by yourself.
Yeah, this is since 1990. 1990 on Statista. Divorce rate has gone down every year.
Yeah. Divorce rate going down?
Yeah, every year. Since 1990.
But I'd have to see like the stats and like how they determine.
Look up divorce rate Statista. You can just look up divorce rate over time. Literally, you can see it anywhere. You look at the census.
I mean,
the highest peak was the 80s.
I don't know how they determine it, because how are the relationships only going?
How do they determine that? The census data.
No, I'm saying.
Do you know what the census is?
No, I meant relation. I'm talking about if marriages are lasting under 5 years today, compared to 25 years, 20, 30 years ago, 25 on average 25 years. It would. I mean, that doesn't mean. I mean, I'm gonna look it up. It's not letting me look it up right now.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's true, right? So you can look it up.
But I do know
you
that
can look at Census. You can look at Statista. These are reputable sources in which indicate that divorce rates are decreasing over time. You're making this claim that divorce rates are increasing to make some claim that like high body count matters for women but not for men. But I see absolutely no justification for that. Would you like to provide any good reason to indicate that high body count should matter for women but not for men?
Well, one of the reasons, like I said, it's all in the. I mean, even women today, they don't take it as pride when they're sleeping around. They
Yeah,
don't
these
take
are
it-
because of social stigmas, right? And those social stigmas are decreasing over time.
They look down on women who do sleep around. Even
That's
if they're
because of social stigmas, because society has taught us that it's wrong for women to do this, but it's okay for men. That's not based upon like any good reasoning. That's based upon how we've been indoctrinated to believe, like in terms of what's right or wrong.
Yeah, well, they're asking. I don't know, like I said, I mean, I stick to what I said. We had a disagreement. That women control sex. You say men do to a degree. Men take pride when they're able to get women.
Men and women control intercourse if it's consensual to the same degree. If it's different and they don't control it, well, then it is the case that then there was rape in that scenario. Okay, consent entails that there's control on both ends. Okay, I don't know how many times I have to go over the same thing with you. That is not the hard concept to understand. That is a concept that I could describe to a 5-year-old in kindergarten and that they would understand.
I understand that, but the thing is, like, you're bringing out like this, like, let's put it like this, like I came to your personal thing. You're young, you haven't experienced a girl that's out there. You've only been with girls with low body counts, even though, let me look it up. I'm pretty sure most girls.
I'm 21 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
What's your point?
You've been attracted to only girls with low body counts by your age.
That just happened to be who I've been with.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
What?
There's a reason for that. I guarantee.
I also haven't been with a girl that's 6 foot tall. Does that mean that I think that it's wrong to be 6 foot tall as a woman?
Would you date a stripper if you were attracted to her?
If someone that's currently stripping.
Currently stripping that you were attracted to?
No.
Why not?
Because I that's going to relate to things that I would associate be like intimate between like two partners in the context of a monogamous relationship.
Like sex?
Yeah, like when it relates to different types of sex work, right? I'm not engaging in sex work, right? So I'm just not going to look for a relationship with someone who's in sex work.
Well, stripping is dancing. Or they got high body counts, which of course we are not attracted to, right?
That doesn't relate to high body counts. You can be a stripper with a low body count.
Prostitution, I don't know what word you're not.
Dude, if someone has a 0 body count and is a stripper, it still would be the case.
Because something that you would share with her. Repeat your reason again.
I'm monogamous, right? And that's just not something that I look for in the context of a relationship, right? I'm not engaging in sex work.
But she's not doing that. She's just at work. Okay, let me see. What's another one?
And what does the work relate to?
Stripping.
Okay. If someone is monogamous and the person they're with, you understand that like that would just not be monogamous then if you're engaging in intercourse with other people, say, and that could be your job.
You wouldn't want a girl who's...
So just because it is your job, that doesn't mean that it's not going to relate to whether or not there's monogamy.
So you wouldn't want a girl who's just has her body out there to many men, showing her body off to
I'm monogamous.
So you wouldn't want a girl who's showing her body off to a lot of men.
So I wouldn't engage with someone who is who's not engaging in monogamy.
Well, that's right. Okay. Exactly. Well, so
people who are monogamous get in relationships with people who are monogamous.
So if a stripper, she has no body count. Let's say she's a virgin. You wouldn't be with her based on, okay, you're saying
that's
that.
just simply not my preference.
But
why does this even relate to the topic? Why are we asking me about
it? Exactly relates to the topic, and you know it does.
How does this relate to the topic? Please describe that to me.
The reason you wouldn't date her is because she's showing her body to lots of men. Her body is being seen by all these different men.
These are things that seem to be intimate and personal, right? That's not going to be intimate. That's monogamy. I'm relating to monogamy.
Exactly. That's the same thing as these women who are sleeping around and getting high body counts and showing.
How is it? How is it the same thing as getting a high body count?
They're giving their body to lots of men. Or letting lots of men see
Having
their
a high body count doesn't relate to whether or not you're monogamous. You can have a high body count and be monogamous.
Okay, so
I don't think it's insane for me to say that I want to be with someone that's not currently engaging in stripping, right?
But
that doesn't even relate. That doesn't even relate to this, though. Like, can you
The
please
reason-
describe how it does?
because she's showing off her body to lots of other men.
Because I'm monogamous, right? Why is that? Why is that a hard concept for you to grasp?
Why? Okay, so because you're monogamous, you want one girl for you, right?
I'm looking just to be with one person in like an intimate way.
With a low body count or no body count. Prefer.
I'm not specifically like caring about someone's body count right now. But like, sure, someone who has a lower body count might be like more compatible with me. It's not something I'm like specifically looking for, though.
Exactly. So just because, okay, so exactly. So just because you feel it's okay, like I said, if a girl's not looking for a relationship and she just wants to be out there, cool. But if she wants to be in a relationship, if I'm looking to be in a relationship with her, I'm gonna look for, and most men who are looking for a relationship, all men who are looking for a relationship feel the same way. Men who get in a relationship with women just for sex and they're cheating on them and they're doing all this, that's because they're like, okay, I got this girl at home that when I can't get another one. But men like us who are looking for women, we're looking for women to actually be our wives, to be in our relationship, want a low to no body count, and not just out there showing it.
So then why can you have a body count? You can have your preferences when it relates to someone having a low body count, right? I'm not disputing that you can do that, whatever you want, right? When it relates to that. What I'm saying is that apply the same standard to yourself then. If you think it's wrong to engage in casual sex, don't engage in casual sex yourself. If you want to be with someone that has a low body count, have a low body count yourself. Just apply the same standard. No one's saying you can't have a preference when it relates to body count, right? People are saying that you should just hold the same standard yourself. Is that too much to ask for? Is that a crazy claim?
Yeah, but that's from a man's perspective. A woman looking at, well, I mean, I guess from the women I've
just take accountability. Like if you think that it matters, take accountability for yourself. If you don't think it matters, well, then it doesn't matter for either side. Don't worry about it, right? If you do think it matters, apply the same standard to yourself. Why is that such a big deal to ask for? It's like saying that like you want someone to be monogamous, but you don't want to be monogamous yourself.
Well, show me women women don't really say, hey, I don't want to be with that guy because this and that. And the rarity of a guy actually having that ability to pull that many females that they're talking about, it's not. Majority of men work for to sleep with women. They got to buy drinks.
Can you restate that again? Sorry, go back.
Majority of men have to work for it. They have to take them out on.
Thank you so much for the Venmo. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Definition of a high is relative to the individual. Sorry, restate that.
I said majority of men have to work for it. They have to take them out.
You have to work for what?
Man, I had somebody was trying to call me.
So anyone who wants to be in a relationship, in order to be in a relationship, you have to engage with people to get to that point of relationship. What's your point?
My point is, like I said, like the average man has to work to get the amount of body counts. Men ain't just out here having, the average man is not out here having high body counts when they're being honest.
The average man has a higher body count than the average woman. The median body count, median body count for men is higher than the median body count for women. You can disagree with the facts, and you can say that like, oh, I disagree with this, and my feelings are this way, right? But the facts preside over your feelings.
I disagree with those stats.
Yeah, because you're irrational.
No, I mean, the same stats will go with like a man's size. Like if you look at it, they say on there, this is based on what they tell you. If you go look at it, they tell you this is based on what they sent in. Or this is, the average, this is based on what they told us that they had. We didn't actually go and measure and see exactly what they had.
Tabby, thank you for the Venmo. I appreciate it.
That's based on what they're saying. I've only slept with this many.
I don't even know what you just said at all. I have no clue.
I said those stats are based on what there's. But all the podcasts and all the people I've spoken to personally, or all the stuff I've seen, these women are saying they've slept with 5, 10, 15 guys by the time they're 21 years old.
Okay, what's your point, dude?
Those stats ain't accurate.
You're just saying people are lying? Is that your view? Okay, you're lying.
I believe, like I said,
you're lying. When you say that they're lying about it, you're lying.
Am I lying about what? About the body count?
Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And yeah, chat, we can swap topics here in a bit, and we can get Dean to come over. Say what you're saying.
But my whole point, like I told you, was I think a high body count for a female. If a female likes you and you're ready for a relationship, when a man is ready for a relationship, his body count ain't gonna. When he's seeking a woman for his relationship, he's seeking a woman who has low to no body count. When a woman's seeking a man, she's not even worried about what his body count was.
That's not true.
Yes, he's like some kind of.
If we look at the data, women have a point in which they care just a little bit later after than when it relates to men. Amanda, thank you so much for the Cash App. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Sheila, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. Like, it really means a lot. Especially that you care. I saw your Venmo from earlier. I really appreciate it. Especially y'all. I was only gone for like an hour or two, and y'all, so many people cared. So I just want to say I appreciate everyone. Are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me ask you this question, right? Do you think that why do you use terminology like female, right? Why do you say man and female, right? Because man relates to gender, and then female relates to like sex, right?
What do you mean what I say, man? We're talking about women and men. Are we?
Yeah, no, but why don't you say women? If you're saying men, why don't you say women? Why do you say man and female? Because women don't like to be called like females. Right? Well, that's like terminology that they would prefer not to be called.
When I say females, I'm 37 and I'm not used to that new thing that y'all doing.
Oh no, I'm just saying, right? Haven't you noticed that before? That like women don't like being referred to as females.
I've never had.
Never noticed that.
Never. Oh, I'm older than you, bro. I'm like almost twice your age. So females never complained about that before. That's the new thing.
Do you see the chat?
Well, that's a new thing.
And I don't think it's a new thing. Maybe people just didn't say it, but. So now that you know that people would prefer not to be called that, are you still going to use the terminology?
Of course I am.
Why?
Because I have the free will to do so and not engage in the new stuff that people are doing. I mean, I'm not disrespecting them, but I said female because I'm talking about a female.
Wait, but if they say it's disrespectful for you to refer to it in that particular context.
Well, we're talking about female and okay, we're talking about women and men. What's a woman? What we're talking about up here.
A woman is an adult human person that is committed towards the social and cultural norms that are typically associated with the female sex.
Okay, so a man could be a woman. What you're saying? Biological.
No.
Biological male could be a woman.
Yes.
Okay, so then your topic doesn't make sense because we're talking about biological men now into that.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
It says women up there. Don't say female. Don't say.
Yeah, and women still refer to women. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know how that relates to like men.
You just said a man. You just said a biological man could be a female, could be a woman.
A biological male can be a woman. Yes, a trans woman.
So then, what are the stats on that?
They are an adult human person that is committed towards the social and cultural norms that are typically associated with the female sex.
So your stats of the average woman, 4.6. Does that include 4.3? Does that include them? I mean, I don't know why we're on that subject just because I said female.
I don't know why that's relevant. We're just talking about how we define the terms.
It makes it different if we're talking about if we're bringing transgenders into the women,
transgender people
and men high count.
How does it make it different? Like, dude, like I literally just told you to say women. Like, dude, holy fuck, dude.
You told me what?
I literally just told you to say woman, right? Like what's wrong with changing your terminology because people say that this particular terminology is like not respectful to them?
I'm not disrespecting anybody. I mean, if I have to concentrate and
If they see it as disrespectful, you're saying you still aren't disrespecting them?
Who sees it as what about the women that say it's not disrespectful? Who do
Okay,
I?
so if I constantly disrespect you and then say, oh, I don't feel like it's disrespectful.
Well,
Right, other people in the chat don't feel like it's disrespectful, so it's not disrespectful.
It depends on how you're disrespecting. Are you talking?
Okay. Then what ways are disrespecting? What ways bad? Riley, thank you so much for the Venmo. I appreciate it.
The way that I would consider disrespecting is talking like how everybody in your chat who's saying that I'm being disrespectful, how the way they've been disrespecting me this whole time, saying I'm dumb and this and that. That's disrespect. But
Did I disrespect you one time on my live yet?
Yeah, they do. I'm reading their stuff.
Did I disrespect you at all on my live yet?
No, not you. I'm talking about your followers who are saying they're offended.
Okay, so like, can you please like engage with me specifically? Because I don't see that you're engaging with the same person there.
Well, because you were telling me to say woman, which I'm not saying. I'm saying female just because that's what I'm used to saying. I'm not saying it to disrespect nobody. You didn't say I was disrespecting you. You said somebody in the comments said that.
Yeah. So people in the comments, absolutely, women across the board will say that they prefer to be called women, right, rather than being called females.
Those same people have been disrespecting me this whole time.
So what specific person?
Well, I mean, I can't say it now. I've been reading.
Appreciate it, Cassidy. Thank you for the Venmo. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So how do you know that they are the same people?
They're the same bracket of people, the same people that are going to go.
Bracket of people? You just mean people in the comment section? But people in the comment section are not a monolith. Not a monolith. Right? So it's for you to treat them as a monolith would be not correct. You're covering your mic, buddy.
I say, which person said this thing that I'm offending them by saying female?
Right. I'm saying that the women in the chat. Do you want me to have people say me?
Well, you asked me that same question, so I asked you.
Thank you, Dean. I appreciate the raid, man. I'm going to get you up here in a second.
You asked me that question, so I countered you with the same question, and you couldn't.
Look at the chat. Look at the chat.
Well, now they're doing it because you just said it. I'm talking about name. You asked me to name somebody. I said I couldn't because I wasn't paying attention to the names. I was reading what they're saying.
Well, I can name one, right? Tabby, Laylar, L, Path, Mia.
Yeah, they're doing it now.
Jenny,
so yeah, of course you can.
Amy, Marcy, Basil, Ray, Angel, Kristen, Jerry, Molly, Courtney, Alexis, Haley, Amira, Random, Brave,
saying
Abigail.
Disrespectful things about me, about he's using too.
So which one? Name one. Ash, Lid, Ali, Social Approach, Diani. Are you gonna give me any names?
You didn't give me no names prior to.
I just gave you a lot.
You gave me names after.
I just gave you a lot of names. Come on.
After you asked them, they started saying it. I'm talking about prior, like you asked me prior.
Okay, so like, are you just not going to respond with anything I have to say, or are you just going to keep doing this dumbass meta conversation?
Bro, you're the one that's acting weird right now. You just asked me a question. I countered the question back to you, just like I did through this.
You're the one who brought up this that was not related to the topic anyway.
I didn't bring that up. You did.
You brought all this up. I don't know.
You asked me why I was talking about female. You brought that up.
I brought that up, but then you changed it off of that. But yeah, you literally tried to change the conversation.
Just like how me and you both feel when we want to be in a relationship. You want a woman with a low, don't matter how far down the line is, you don't want her to have a high body count.
Bullet. So like, you're not engaging, right? I literally never said that. I literally never said that once. Okay. I said the complete opposite, right? And you again failed to reconcile with that because you want to imply your own preferences over other individuals.
I asked you questions and you answered. That's how you answered them.
I answered them, and you literally responded and saying that I answered them not the way that I answered them. This is recorded, right? I have this record. Everyone in the chat heard. Okay.
Yeah, I know they heard. They heard that you wouldn't date a stripper because of her because
they're currently stripping. The same way that it would be completely justified for a woman to not date a man that is currently stripping, right? Because they're not stripping themselves.
Would you date a stripper who stopped stripping last week? Last year?
Someone who stopped stripping like a while ago, and like they don't do that anymore.
They did it for 5 years and they stopped last year.
Yeah, I could.
You could date a stripper?
Yes, I could date someone who was a stripper in the past.
Okay. Well, that's good. I would like to see that one day, because you could say what you want to agree to what your point is.
So I have to like leave my girlfriend to go date someone else just so that I can do this for you, man.
No, I don't need to do that. I'm just saying, like, you can say,
dude, like what?
You can say what you want to agree, to make it sound.
What do you mean, say what you want? I'm saying what I believe. Okay.
You don't believe it because you didn't say that.
I literally do.
Nah.
I literally say everything I say on here. I believe.
Every girl you've dated, your preference was low to no body count.
No, every person I've dated happened to have characteristics. That doesn't mean I only look for those characteristics. For example, right? I have no preference against a woman who's 5 foot tall, right? But I haven't dated a woman who's 5 foot tall. But I have no preference against a woman who's 5'8". I've never dated a woman that's 5'8".
So hopefully, you have a long relationship.
Thank you so much, Kate. I appreciate the Venmo. Thank you.
Your current girlfriend who has a low body count.
Okay. Like, I don't know why you're asking so many personal questions.
No, I said hopefully y'all have a long relationship.
I don't know why you're trying to refer to that, right? After asking those questions. Like, can you just like actually like engage with something like legitimate here?
When you engage yourself with a girl who had high body count, you wouldn't be attracted to her. You wouldn't want to be with her. You wouldn't want to make her your kid, the mother.
What makes you think that?
I know that. I can tell just by talking to you. I can tell by who you're with, the kind of girls you've been with. Because there's girls the same age as your girlfriends that are just out there partying, throwing it to everybody, and you're not attracted to that.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm not attracted to someone who's currently engaging in intercourse with other people, right? Because I'm monogamous. I want to be with someone who is only wanting to be with me.
I don't understand. Okay, I don't understand.
Why would I want to be with someone who doesn't only want to be with one person? That just doesn't make any sense. Can you please make it make sense?
Well, poly people don't want to be with one person.
Yeah, I'm not poly.
Yeah, understandable. Nor am I. But I mean, I'm on your page, bro. You're just doing this new stuff, but I'm on your page. We like low body count girls who are respectful of Mary. I understand.
So then be a low body count man. Do you have a low body count?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I do not.
Maddie, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. So you're ran through?
I can't get ran through. I'm not gay, bro.
No, you've been ran through.
You can't be ran through unless you
have a high body count. You're ran through.
How you ran through? You could only ran through women.
No, you've been ran through.
So I don't ever remember. No, I'm not like that, bro.
I don't know, man. You said you had a high body count.
But how did I get ran through? I ran through
the town bike.
Only women can get ran through.
You're a town bike. Is that what you are? The town bike?
Everybody's riding me?
The town bike?
Is that what that means?
Yeah, the town bike. You're the public town bike. That's what you are.
A public?
Whose turn's next?
I wouldn't say public.
Well, that's what the town bike is.
You don't like that?
Well, you're the one that has the high body count.
Well, yeah.
This terminology is used against women all the time, but then apparently you feel uncomfortable when the terminology is applied back to you, buddy.
I didn't feel uncomfortable. I asked you a question, and when I was ready,
town bike. Oh, would you prefer community bike? My bad.
When I was ready to settle down, I had no problem.
The public pony.
I wasn't questioning about my body count.